This is Bragg, North Carolina. Storefront here, kind of a panoramic. This is Bragg Highway right here. It's kind of like the main thoroughfare through here. Okay, this coming into the storefront, you have approximately 22.5 feet to this back wall here. You have 44.5 feet from side to side. So, and you got 2 bathrooms that go further, and that could be the office. That's the easy part. I'll have to send an email with the floor plan on this because it's just way too big to draw. There's no power here, so I'll kind of do a quick. Used to be a plasma bank, so they did a lot of blood work here. And as far as partitions and rooms, and then that goes back, that's that office door right there. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but that's another ceiling right there. Further investigations. The bottom of the trusses to the whole building are at 13 feet. But as you can see, all your mechanicals run underneath the ceiling. So if you leave that tin up there, you lose about 4 inches. So that tin would have to come all the way down. And then there's just so much on the ceiling. The demo on this would be pretty much, you'd have to wipe the whole thing completely out. This is a large common area here. Then we come into some more units in here. It's kind of like a lab. There's a huge walk-in cooler here. Actually, there's 3 of them. You walk into a main one, there's another walk-in cooler in here. And there's another walk-in cooler in here. So all this would have to be taken down. There's probably about a half a dozen sinks and like kind of wet bars throughout. Wash sink. This is the back side of the walk-in coolers. Just another storage. There's another entrance to the cooler. So as you can see, it's actually there's more rooms back here. This is the kitchen and break area. And 2 more bathrooms. So, and like I said, all your plumbing and everything runs above the ceiling and under the trusses. So, then this area here was described to us as a mezzanine. Well, it's not a mezzanine. It's a complete 2nd-story structure that has its own. This is kind of like an original building up in here, and all that's up here is bathrooms. But this is all structural. You got I-beams here, I-beams here. These here, this I-beam here finishes off probably about 9 feet to the bottom of it, and that cannot be moved. You can see it's supporting a bearing wall for the second structure. This is all on a cement slab up here, the flooring up here, so this would pretty much would have to stay. As far as the loading area, another major obstacle. This is still part of the second story structure, so that has to stay there, and that's probably at 8 feet. So I believe you see all your main power lines, they run low, and this is also a bearing wall to that structure right there, and probably headers off right across this area here. Like I said, that's at 8 feet right there. There's another room that kicks off to the side. This is where your mechanical room is. And we'll go outside and pretty much you'll see what I mean by the structure of the building. There's the structure up there. So this is kind of like an old building and they built around it. So you can see everything's just old back here. And they just built to the front of this building. So if you do decide to go here, your loading dock your door has to go where those double doors are. But you still have the issue of the 8-foot clearance coming out here from the structure. Here's your loading dock area. Finally got something that's decent. And the building stinks. So in a nutshell, it can be done, but it's going to take a lot of cleanup and a lot of demo. But your big concern is this header going across here, because this is where the fork truck's got to come through, and that's at 8 feet. And I don't think that we can even touch any of this. Let's see if I can get a shot up in there. You can see it's just all a brick wall. And it goes into that second story structure up there. You can see a toilet flange up in there. This is the back side of another hallway. And like I said, it's just all little cubby holes throughout. Do this job, we don't have to buy no more door handles.